Hello everyone, no respawns, hope you're doing well. So I've got a shortish video for you today. It's about, what, 30 minutes or something. I can't actually see the overall time, but it's quite short. What I'm going to be doing in this video is showing you how to make a nice little roof access for Red Rocket. Now I decided to keep this as its own standalone video, because it's one of those things that I've always kind of blanked on when I go to build it. And I've realised, because there's like another Red Rocket in Nuka World, and Red Rocket's just one of those places that people like building. I can't be the only one, right? It's just because it's a weird structure, right? You can't really snap anything onto it, and it's so tempting to maybe use scaffolding or just kind of have this kind of like shitey little ladder. And I thought, okay, let's build kind of like a nice little area. And also following from the theme of this settlement, which is quite armoured and kind of reinforced, so I've got this kind of weird walled off courtyard. I don't decorate it in any way, just for the record. I am going to be doing that at some, just before the tour, just because it's a small structure. For example, I will be kind of like padding off the walls and kind of reinforcing it so it matches the rest of Red Rocket. However, that wouldn't be very interesting for you guys to watch. So that will be not in the next video, that will be between the video after next and the tour, which is grand. So you can see, I've kind of opted to basically the staircase, because obviously those of you who remember my castle video know that I had quite a lot of issues with pathing on it. So I kind of wanted to, I haven't really tested it out for the NPCs yet, because I haven't built anything up there. But it should work fine. That ostensibly it should work fine. The reason being is because it only uses these two ladders. And there's no kind of bespoke floors, anything weird and wonderful like that. It's all very, very just boom, boom, bang. Very, very cool. That's boom, boom, bang. Don't know what that means. Bing, bang, bosh, basically. And it should work quite well. I did have a little bit of trouble getting this fucker in right there, as you can see. I actually spent about, I think I cut out 2 minutes of footage of me just trying to get this in. It wasn't hard. Basically, for whatever reason, you can't see it, but I was struggling. For whatever reason, when I was trying to rug glitch that, it wasn't letting me move my camera around for whatever reason. I think it was a mod conflict, so that's what I was moving around like an idiot. So that's basically the staircase itself, but obviously that looks crap. You don't want it to keep like that. Now, this doorway right here is from the Unlock 7 Objects mod, and I've wanted to use it for a while, and it's awesome. So, yeah. If you want this doorway, you're going to need the USO mod, because it's just fan-fucking-tastic. It is a little bit confusing at first, because, one, it opens up a little bit wider than you'd expect. So it can be like, basically, you just got to look at it and think, right, it has to be half wall, is where so you can't have shit in front of it. It was pretty straightforward, but it looks cool. This settlement's really coming together already. You'll see in the tour a little bit. It's only go around the kind of this sort of wee courtyard area here. But it's going to look really grand. Now, I'm still kind of thinking about what I'm going to be building up on the roof area, and also how I'm going to be decorating the inside as well. So in actual fact, there'll be 2 more building videos. In fact, not 1, 2 more videos than a tour. But it should be quite cool. I'm tempted. What I want to do is have ostensibly, this is my vague idea of having a watchtower built in or part of the little rocket at the front, or it might be at the back, and then slightly stockier buildings, because I realised I was going to build it up so they're quite tall, but I think that would detract away from the scale of the actual armoured walls. So it should look pretty cool. I've also already got my two ghouls. Those of you who don't know, didn't watch the last video or just weren't listening, fair, maybe, got your volume turned off. The kind of RP background for this settlement is a kind of weapons manufacturer stroke gun runners place, basically, that provides arms and armaments for the entirety of the Commonwealth, and isn't technically allied to the Minutemen, but obviously supplies them with guns. So for example, it's going to be run by a ghoul couple, and then I'm going to have gunners and raiders, as probably mostly gunners actually, because I think they'll suit it a bit more, as guards. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm quite excited. It's not much space in it. I'm looking on the inside. It's actually a lot smaller, but I'll have a few gunners. It'll be grand. It'll be grand. Just you wait. Just you wait. Hopefully. Hopefully it works. So it is actually a very, very simple little structure. But I always blank on how to go about making this staircase. Like, I was going to do this earlier today, which is why the video's up stupidly late. Because I'm like, right, well, what do I do? How do I do this? How does this work? I've also, by the way, normally I delete the reeds. I've actually got the scrapping mod disabled right now because sometimes it conflicts, as a lot of you remember, with the pillar glitching, and it does over here. So you might want to have the scrapping mod and disabled, just as an FYI. Which is why all the bushes and all of the reeds and shit are back here, even though I've actually removed them off. Doesn't that red rocket sign look really cool above the entrance there? I'm loving that. I'm thinking of maybe lighting it up. Because as I mentioned in the last video, I do want this quite lit up. So it's kind of like a... It's an armoured bunker weapon shop, but it's also still a place where you go shopping. And I want the kind of the businessman ghoul to reflect that, so it's going to have kind of billboards, or at least be lit up in some way. It should look quite cool, I'm hoping, and I'm definitely going to be lighting up the Red Rocket. Like, I might even have Red Rocket, like, maybe make it so Red Rocket is the name of his gun shop, because he was too cheap to change the sign. That kind of thing, if you get my point. It's not going to be, you know, Mr. Ghoul's Red gun shop, it's going to be the Red Rocket, and it's going to be, like, it should be cool. And also Strong's going to live here, because he's going to be his kind of heavy that does all of his bouncering. I'm sure Strong would love that. It's got the milk of human kindness. It's grand. It's all cool. You can see that door, so I opened it so you could see how it looks. This is me just opening up my menu again, because it takes ages. Because obviously I wanted to plop this in here, like this. And I do actually do the same on the side. No, not with the thing walls. So this is a very, very short, very, very simple build. There's nothing, in essence, it's not very flashy or flashy at all. It's just more, it's one of those builds where it's like, yeah, you should just do this. This kind of thing. If you get my meaning. Because it's so easy to just kind of blank on how do I get up the top? I always do it with this one, and some other settlements as well, where I'm trying to think like, right, okay, how do I build a route up that doesn't look shit? Well, this looks pretty decent, I think, and it suits the vibe of the rest of the settlement. I love these armoured entrances, they look so good. I'm thinking of a few of those concept huts on the roof as well. I think that will look rather cool. So those of you who remember, I made my little survival shack things. Well, one of my many survival shacks, but in this case, the one made at the concept hut. I'll probably upend those on the top. Should look pretty cool. It should, or it'll look shit, but to be honest, I seem to be doing quite well in terms of having settlements look reasonably decent, so it should be fine. I don't know why that pillar was slipping into the ground, to be honest. Right, well, I'm doing this. So I'm going to be doing my first, probably tomorrow. Maybe not, should be tomorrow. So my first vlog type video soon. Yeah. It won't be exciting. I just want to start doing update videos with my camera, because I want to start doing camera vids and maybe recording my Warhammer and other stuff. So it should be fun, but that should be tomorrow. Don't be disappointed, yeah. Really, my lighting's kind of okay, and my room isn't... You don't really realise, yeah, and I'll explain this in detail tomorrow, because I'm going to be complaining about it. You'll see me for... the fact is that when you're doing kind of a vlog kind of setup, you realise that maybe you should be decorating your room a bit more, because fuck me, it looks bland. It looks so bland. Because I've got my little desk where I'm looking at, that looks lovely, but behind me is just a white wall. It's just a white wall. Oh, this, by the way, yeah, so I forgot to record this. It's just literally, I just rug glitched 2 of those little pallets under the stairs to make it look nice. And that was it. Boom. There we go. But yeah, anyway, basically, I'm going to try and make my background and my video look very nice, but it probably won't. It'll probably just be a white wall. Just doesn't occur to me. I live in London, right, and I move every year and a half or 2, so I just never decorate anymore. My flatmate, her room's bloody lovely. She's got shit all over her rooms, walls, but not me. It's got padded tiles for audio bouncing. What are called those black towel things in front of me? They're not behind me. I could move them behind me. We'll see. Anyway, as you can see, so this is coming together. It's very, very, very simple. It's a very small build, but it's just more of a kind of a do this. Trust me, it works really, really well. It looks nice. I'm actually quite pleased with that. And it's really coming together as well. I'm really pleased by this one. But as you can see, like, had I made... Because I still need to make this, but had I then also... It would have gotten a little bit cumbersome video-wise if I then merged this in with, like, me building up the roof or, you know, adding more shit and stuff. So it was quite straightforward. So Tora coming. Just literally this. So I've added a couple more kind of junky bits to the side. But as you can see, it's a very crisp way to do a route up. It's not very fancy, but at the same time, it doesn't look stupid and weird, which is kind of the route you can go with this. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I'll have my vlog tile video hopefully up tomorrow. It'll be channel update, because I'm quite good. Life is very grand. I want to tell you guys what's up, because it's very cool, and that way we can kind of also get used to seeing my face. Which you can see my face. My Instagram's in the bottom. When I click the link, you can see what I look like and prepare yourself. Anyway, I will have that video up probably tomorrow, if not the day afterwards, and you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. You take care.